Here you go, Cris. Garden salad. Orton up.
Thanks for stopping at Whataburger Home All Time Favorites. My name is Seth. How may I serve you?
Hey, could I get a garden salad with a crispy chicken?
So, we saw King Arthur. Good movie. Okay. Go on.
Alright, so...
I want to hear your opinions first before I fucking...
Me?
I want to hear everyone's opinions before
Okay.
I go to town.
I'm gonna give out my opinions first, then. I don't know how to, like, explain the editing for that movie. Everything was so confusing from start to end. Everything was so weird and frustrating because I had no idea what the crap was going on. Like, especially the part where, like, he was a kid and he's, like, growing up, whatever.
You were confused by that?
And it's got the... like, he's getting money, and he's doing things, getting money. Like, I was like, okay.
It's obvious that he's growing up and saving money.
I mean,
but why did they give him money?
Yeah, why were they
like,
giving
there were
him
a few
money?
scenes...
Why were these things happening? He's just getting
that's
money.
right.
He, like, got beat up by the bullies, but then they gave him money.
Yeah, I was like,
why?
What's going on?
He was back in the old
kid is
days.
just
They're like, oh man, I really want to
money.
beat up someone this weekend. Yeah, I got my allowance. Let's go beat the shit out of some kid.
And, like, I didn't understand what was going on. And, like, everything. The only time I ever knew what was going on was, when he was using his sword and killing people. I was like, oh, he's killing people. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was it, though. Even the frickin' sequences where they're running away, it would jump to, like, a completely different point of the timeline of this film. And I'm like, wait, okay, is this afterwards? Is this before? What is going on right now? And it would stay there. It wouldn't, like, it wouldn't go back to normal. It would just go there. I'm like, okay, why are we here now? What's going on? It was so hilariously bad. The music, actually, I think was good, but it didn't fit the movie. Like, there were some parts where it was, you know, it kind of fit. But a lot of the parts, it just didn't fit at all. It was way too modern for such a medieval movie. But like I said, there are some parts where it was pretty good. I guess, like the giant snake eating the other people thing, and it was like, oh, or whatever. I was like, oh, this is cool.
What the fuck was that noise?
That's what the freaking song made. It was like that sound. You want to play it?
No.
Yeah, you better not. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm saying.
Play home.
But for that part, so yeah, I mean, you know, that part was pretty. It was pretty good. It was pretty KO, pretty okay, pretty desanto. Another point, I guess, would be that the frickin' mage lady is atrocious.
That's weird, because I know, because, like, I liked her design, I thought her powers were cool, I thought everything was neat about her, but she could not deliver a line at all.
Any line.
Every single word that came out of her mouth was so poorly delivered.
Bad.
There was not a single line where it fit, you know. It was like, you know, she had an accent, I kind of felt like maybe she did not speak English.
No,
and she just
that
learned,
was definitely her making an
and she
accent.
learned phonetically. No, like, that's what it felt like, the delivery, like... she didn't know English, and she just learned phonetically how to pronounce the words, and that's it. She didn't know what the words meant, so she didn't know how to put, you know, emphasis on certain syllables.
Did you see what you needed to see? Every time.
No, you have to be slower. Did you see what you needed to see?
Yeah, it was just, yeah.
And you also had to puff your lips out. Her lips look like she could, like, get, like, caught on something.
Dude, that's actually another point. Is that they
People
never...
have two big lips.
They always ended up in places, and I have no idea how they got there.
By walking.
No.
They have
No. How the heck did Mage Lady and Black Guy get to wherever Arthur was being executed in the beginning of the movie? Like, they just were there during his execution. Yeah. I was like, what?
I mean, obviously, I mean, the Mage Lady got to the blacksmith guy, and she was like, oh, well, we need to save him or something like that. And I can imagine that they got everybody together in order to save him off screen somewhere. I guess I really didn't need to know the story of how they got to that one place, but I can assume that they managed to get over there in time.
But they didn't even show that they were heading there. They were just talking, and goes to the next scene, he's there, and then all of a sudden they're there. Like, there was no introduction to the fact that they were heading there.
Yeah, that is true.
All.
When they say, like, they actually initially summoned the mage, and then, like, the next time you see her, she's already on top of the mountain watching Arthur about to get executed.
Yeah, it's like, what?
So I get where he's coming there. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Why are we even reviewing this movie?
Because it's good.
Because this movie's great.
Gosh.
What about you, Chris?
This movie was fantastic.
So things I liked about this movie was that, I guess strangely, the editing was really shitty, but it was done well.
It was really
there was not a sick. There was really
Yes.
bad editing, but it somehow kept me entertained.
It's a
Yeah,
every
for
single
sure.
time.
There's a very weird, stylistic,
Yeah,
really
it's
fast
very-
editing.
Way
And
too fast.
Very strange.
Way too fast.
It was fucking weird as shit, but you know what? I have to applaud it, because...
Yeah. I'd also say most of the, like, acting I was okay with, even when it got, like, really just cheesy. Because, I don't know, the things that were really cheesy and stupid in this movie were enjoyable. And,
yeah, of course, I mean...
Yeah, I think design-wise, this movie had a lot going for it. As far as, like, character and creatures. Like, I liked the mage when she, like, possesses animals and stuff, and whenever she does, her eyes turn into the eyes of that animal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty neat. I thought the design of the huge, like, mildly metaphorical evil king with the double sides, that was a cool design, I thought. Then the movie's atmosphere was pretty good. I kind of liked the music, too. But I don't really focus on music in movies, so that's just me. Things I didn't really like was, this movie did a horrible job at explaining what was going on. And through most of the movie, I had no idea what the characters' motivations were. I got the basic, very broad, Arthur needs to kill this king. I got that, but none of the other, like, when they're planning to assassinate, but something goes wrong, or, like, there's a decoy, but then they assassinate the guy anyway, the decoy, even though they know it's a decoy, but I don't really know why. Or there's all sorts of stuff that it does a horrible job explaining that kind of stuff. And
It doesn't explain anything ever at all.
Yeah.
And you're left off so frickin' confused the entire time.
And again, that one actress, she was honestly just so horrible.
She was insane. I can't wait to see her and Tommy Wiseau, like, act together.
Like,
it'd be like a match made in heaven.
Honestly, like, I'm not exaggerating when I talk about one of the most, like, monotone, freaking,
Possessed?
No. Like,
she sounds possessed.
it's so robotic, like the way, like, she did her. What am I trying to say? She did her character, a monotone character, absolutely, like, just bad, so bad.
Yeah.
It reminded me of the guy from The Room.
Tommy Wiseau.
That's what he said.
Yeah. Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Tommy Wiseau. Yeah. Or whatever the heck his last name
And,
is.
it's been a few hours already since we saw this movie, so any other thought I had, I forgot about.
Completely forgettable movie.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say forgettable.
It's unforgettable.
Well, I mean, the
remember-
things that
I
are
just
forgettable is how bad it is. but...
Any point I was going to bring up, because I had a lot in my head in the car, I had a lot more than this, but I forgot about them because we waited so long to do the review, so it's like whatever.
Alright. This movie was fucking awesome. I went in expecting complete and utter bullshit, and it delivered on every level. I know how Guy Ritchie directs shit. Usually, like, things, like, go on this really weird path, and characters do things you have no idea, but most of the time, they usually have a reason for it, like, at the end of the movie, like Sherlock Holmes. In this case, like, no, like, they don't have a reason for doing this shit. But, like, like, you get a basic gist of, like, what the fuck's going on, like, you have the entire opening battle sequence, you have King Arthur, and... You okay?
What?
No, you elbowed me.
I just did that. I moved, sorry.
Oh, okay. Don't move. But yeah, like, like it had like King Arthur growing up and getting money. Like I got the basic gist that he got money growing up and he's saving it in his chest. I didn't really need more than that because I mean honestly like already from the editing I can tell I'm not gonna follow this movie to a T with every single shot.
Why was he saving the money?
Why was he saving the money? I don't fucking know. I think
exactly because they
I'll
abandoned the money anyway, and he doesn't care.
I
So it's
think-
like, why was he saving it? Like, it's not like that was his life savings. He was planning to leave the area. He wasn't planning to leave the area.
Honestly, I think it's because you know that one line when he gets captured by Jude Law, the bad guy.
What's the line?
And he was basically like, "Me and you are alike in a lot of ways. Like we both want power." So I'm assuming that Arthur like got money in order to get into this sort of like gangster-esque like power. You see like in the beginning of that movie where he's telling the guard about like all this shit that's going down and the people disrespecting his people, like the Viking guy that like pissed off his mom pretty much, and like stuff like that. He and like getting mad at that one guy's son. Like he has an agenda and he has money to pay people and get money from people. Even the fur trader that. Like, money's continuously flowing through him, and he has enough money to be in power to pay people off when he needs to. Like, he is basically in power at that moment, and
But I
the
think
money
that's sort of
is...
drawing a conclusion that the movie didn't draw on its own.
That's true.
Which is like...
I said, this movie is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm trying to defend it, I'm just like, that is a logical explanation, but it doesn't say it, so it's not. But I'm using my brain cells to come up with an excuse that probably still doesn't make sense. But fuck it. This movie had great music because honestly, this movie was just. It was a fucking fever dream, and like the breathing, I was like, "This is so fucking weird,"
there were
but I'm loving it.
multiple scenes where like they just like focus on Arthur heavily breathing for like 30 seconds straight. It was just like over and over.
It was funny as hell. Well, no, like the fact that the music like incorporated breathing, like to like the really like anxiety-driven moments sometimes. Yeah, like set to a beat, and I'm like,
I sort of got the point when after he went on that rampage with Excalibur, but like when he just wakes up from that nightmare the first time, and it's just like a really long time of him heavily breathing. It didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well,
and it was still after that adrenaline sword fight scene. It was still went on way too long.
Actually, I actually liked the fact he like after like annihilated a bunch of people with Excalibur, he stopped for a moment and like just kind of took a breath. Honestly, I thought it was a perfect length. I thought it was funny as hell.
It was hilarious, but it was too long. That's what I
didn't feel like it was too long yet. I was waiting for
him to do one more.
I was waiting for one of the audience members in our fucking screening to say something stupid.
The audience we had was completely mentally retarded and was speaking and laughing strangely at like scenes that weren't even funny. Like, I don't know.
I wish I would have counted how many times this one guy went, ah!
Yeah, just right in front of us. That's how he laughed. Even if the scenes that weren't funny. He's like,
like, there was this part where Arthur was, like, obliterating everything, and then he, like, finishes and it shows everything, and the dude goes, did I do that?
I guess he was trying
I don't think anybody laughed.
No one laughed because it was so dumb.
But anyway, like, back to the movie, though. I guess what I would say, like, I do think it went on too long, but again, every single fault this movie has somehow made it, like, it was an enjoyable kind of cheesy, and I didn't, it's weird, because it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that correctly. So when the breathing did go on, 20 seconds longer than it should have, I was just laughing because it kept going, and every breath was like, "Oh my god, they're still doing this! Someone made this decision."
Like I feel like Guy Ritchie knew what he was directing at this point, but at other times he was trying to be serious, and at times he was trying to be fucking dumb. And I can applaud him for his dumbness in some scenes, but when he's trying to be serious, it just doesn't work. In some scenes where, like, some people are, like, talking to other people and
nothing works with this movie. Nothing works.
Everything works with this movie. It is a mess It was marketed as a mess.
This was the
It
messiest
came out,
movie.
and it was still a mess. It made no money, and I applaud it for existing. Thank you, Guy Ritchie. Please make more. I want another Michael Bay Transformers franchise to fall on every time I want to go to the movies.
Oh my god.
I want more King Arthur movies, please.
Wow.
This movie was so great.
I'm never. I'll tell you what though, it was entertaining the first time, but I'm never watching it a second time.
I might watch it again.
I probably couldn't sit through it a second
I
time.
could not.
I'll probably just put it on the background, actually.
Because it was also noticeably very long, and when
Yeah.
a movie starts to get noticeably long, then that's when I kind of like start to phase out, and it's
yeah.
like, alright.
But it was not Dunkirk long, though.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's because this movie was actually mildly entertaining at some points, but I don't really want to get into that again.
I'll have to say something about Dunkirk from our last review. Like, we didn't notice... This was, that was Christopher Nolan's, like, shortest film.
Yeah.
Yet it felt the longest.
Yeah.
What does that say?
That sucked.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going back to King Arthur. Let's give our scores. I give this movie a 7 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
This is one of those films.
Alright.
I love it too much.
This is. Oh my gosh. Also, just want to point out one more thing.
7 was too high.
Why are we the only ones that don't like Dunkirk?
Because we're smarter than everyone else in the world.
I don't understand. Everyone loves this movie.
It's because I have like my own taste for films, and when there's no story, there's nothing I can like.
It's like the point of a movie. Is
I know it's the point of the movie, but everyone's like, "Oh, it's so realistic."
Whatever.
So fuck it. No.
Cut this.
It's not even realistic.
We're done. This is.
If it had blood, it would be
people
cool.
of the soda signing out.